Ahoy, crypto pirates! It's always a pleasure to catch up with you guys. Thank you for joining us on Discourse Syndicate. Thank you all you crypto junkies out there that just can't get enough of this market and can't get enough of this bull run, and even stuck around during the bear market. Some of you guys, so glad to have you guys. As usual, I've got my motley crew from the other side of the world that doesn't usually represent the FN Hangout. So you guys are always in bed. Unless they're up early, like Markable Thoughts had to wake up, 5 a.m. to make it on time, I think, this last Friday. So
for the FN Hangout every week, I get up at 5 to be part of the degenerates.
yeah, I love it. Well, we definitely degenerate. That's for sure. We definitely degenerate. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing with everybody else on all the Twitters and if you want to send a text to your friends and let them know that it's on as well, let them know that Discourse Syndicate's Wake Up Hex, because who doesn't like Wake Up Hex? So if you guys wouldn't mind letting everybody know about it. And then on top of that, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like, subscribe, and the bell notification to let you know whenever we've got a new show going. We've got some pretty interesting guests lined up for the next at least 2 weeks. We're trying to nail down some of them, but we've got Adam Kokesh tomorrow night on the FN Hangout, or I'm sorry, on the Discourse Syndicate with Captain RG3. And he is a past presidential candidate. So he's a very libertarian-minded gentleman. So I think it'd be worthwhile for you guys to see what he has to say. He believes that taxes is theft, taxation is theft, like many of us here in the crypto space do. So I think he'll find a friendly crew here. Balliet Brand, this jacket is old, my friend. This jacket is old. It is cold here in Colorado. We don't we don't cry when it's 60 degrees outside like RG does. Oh my God, it's cold outside. We don't cry like that. We and you know what? I call people in California sissies for wearing a jacket at 60 degrees. That's like nice spring weather for us. But there are places here in the United States that are much colder than here that would call us Colorado boys sissies too. So we got pretty mild winters compared to some of those places like North Dakota. I had some buddies that used to work in the oil fields out there. Man, they they would talk about you'd have to be careful to not pee into the wind because it would literally crystallize and turn into ice before it even hit the ground. So you don't want that stuff freezing up inside of you. So
that sounds like a fetish for a Papa Boner.
Oh yeah,
sounds like something you would enjoy.
Markable.
I just pee dust.
What are you doing, Markable Thoughts?
Markable is rocking like a crazy
He's
slideshow.
like
I'm waiting for that, kilt shot.
Right? What's up with your internet, bro? It's choppy.
It's horrible. It's bad.
It's
Yeah.
2002 at your end.
I know. You guys got more than dial-up where you're at?
You're in the coffee house.
I can't change I just finished shooting for a client of mine, and I'm just cleaning up right now, and it's the internet's horrible. But I'll turn off the cam and just.
I think I just heard you got mail. Was that AOL in the background?
Cleaning up after the money shot.
Oh, that's horrible, man. He's here in Antarctica. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you let us know how it goes down there, Michael, on your end of the world. Yes, Metallic Elmo, we would love to have you on. I know you're an OG. I've seen you since the beginning. I saw you in Richard Hart's live streams before the product was even released. So I know you're an old school Hexakin. So I'd love to have you, man.
I think
that's what hats are for. Hair day, just use this one of these.
That's right.
Just have it like me, like horrible.
Or a non-hair day. That's what I have. So.
There you go. Well, yes. there's that. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would just shave my head and keep it short. But my mom and my wife hate it. I got these big ears, and it's no surprise to me.
The ears are okay. The rest of the face needs work.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Those ears are pretty big, my friend. So, my wife and my mom are like, "It's too short. You look like a skinhead, and your ears look big." And I'm like, Yeah, but it's easy. I roll out of bed and I can use a bar of soap on my head as well as the rest of the parts of my body, and I don't have to get into hair products. So
Do
just
you
more easier.
rinse the bar of soap before it goes in the other crack, or do you just kind of like do the whole circle?
So
Yeah.
after watching Friends, when he's there's an episode where they're fighting, and I don't remember which Friends it is, but it was Joey and not Ross, but the other one. But
Chandler.
this is back in Chandler. Thank you. Back in the 90s.
Hey, I thought you said you didn't know American TV and you only got into it in 1985. What the hell is this? You know the damn Friends names.
I know a little American TV, not much.
Just
American TV.
I have it on my NFT TV back here. I can see a little bit of Friends with the funnies. Your ethnic humor brings me joy while I'm drinking vodka.
So anyway,
I have the feeling that this is the only pleasure that Papa Boner has in this week, except for Thursday when he can be on air as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is something that he looks forward to every single day.
I look forward to seeing you, and now I can't. You're depriving me of my joy. Where are you?
Well,
Markable Black flag.
You can go to my YouTube channel, Markable Thoughts. People, go subscribe.
Oh, I can just look at a still picture of you and sync it up with this.
More slideshows.
How gracious!
I think that Papa Boner
More
would
slideshows. Yeah.
Papa Boner would subscribe to your OnlyFans.
Oh, that's a possibility.
I'm about
Do
to
I have
kick
to be
all of you
18 or
guys off.
older?
I'm about to kick all of you off.
It's definitely gone downhill today.
Already?
Yeah.
Just
And
like-
hey, look,
we're
we just
only
lost
10
10
minutes in.
We just lost 10 watchers. Great. Thanks, guys.
Guys, dislike this video, please.
Yes, that's right. Like and subscribe.
Dislike and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and go home. Leave us alone.
No,
But
question, please.
it should not matter if you click like or dislike. The algorithm
No, it
should
doesn't.
react, right?
No.
Yeah.
In one case, KNTX is happy. In the other case, he's crying. Like, it's not the same.
and crying kinetics brings more viewers. So.
I
So
Give us a
dislike
like.
has more value.
We
We're
have got
like
one dislike.
whores. Yes.
Yeah, why
Alright.
don't you guys start a comedy channel? Why don't you guys do that? Promote Hex. Point it back here.
Comedy.
Thought this-
Comedy is just
I thought this
tragedy
was
plus
a comedy
time.
channel.
Tragedy plus time.
Yes.
That's right.
Like Cardano or XRP.
You're on the roll, Papa Boner, today. Like,
So I want to
Hey.
roll back. I want to go back to the interview that Archie
Yeah.
had last night. There's a few things I probably would have brought up that didn't get brought up, but I think that all in all, he was a good guy to talk to. I like that he's coin agnostic. He doesn't care what his customers buy. He just wants to make money off of them buying it and then help them set up these IRAs. What's neat about these IRAs, guys, is that you have checkbook control. So with the self-directed IRA and self-directed 401k here in the United States, I can't speak to what is the equivalent in the European Union. But what's nice about these is you can't take you can't pay yourself and you can't take profits on any of it unless it stays within the checkbook IRA until your retirement time. Otherwise, there's going to be a fee, a penalty of sorts, and as well as taxes owed to the government. But there's huge tax benefits in the future. So if you're willing to keep a separate wallet and you're willing to keep track of, and they help you with this. That's what's the beauty of having someone administer. You have to have someone administer it for you unless you're a licensed, registered financial advisor anyway. But what's neat is that you guys can watch these crypto gains over the next 30 years, 20 years, however, 15 years, whatever your timeline may be. And then you can cash out with huge tax advantages in the future. So it sounds like an ISA in the UK is what Crypto 303 says. Does that sound accurate to you, Henry?
Yeah, I'm not sure you can hold crypto though in an ISA. So
Ours, so fortunately with the IRA, you can do all sorts of things. You can do guns, real estate, crypto, pretty much anything that you want. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. There are some stipulations. If it's an IRA, a self-directed IRA can actually own a business. You just can't take profits from that business. The profits roll back into the IRA, and you can't when it comes to these assets like a business or crypto and things of that nature, your family, especially immediate family, can't have anything to do with it. So they can't be operating the business. They can't be holding it on your behalf, any of that stuff. So
I'm confused. So I thought that maybe the IRA would be a sore point with Henry.
That's a different IRA there. Probably.
Different IRA. Oh,
yeah,
I'm
that's
confused.
a different IRA. That's
hey, you know, I thought I learned a lot.
Way before my time.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, great. Well, I thought that interview was top notch. I love the guest, and most importantly, I love to see two Gen Xers kind of try to describe technology to each other. One of them is like, "I got your Bitcoin here. I got your Ethereum there. What's a proof of stake?"
I sell this shit, but I'm not really familiar with what it is.
And RG3 just schooled him. He's like, "Okay, what you do is you stake, and then you stake, and when you stake, you stake." And the guy's like, "Okay, when's lunch?"
I would have touched on the point that it went up 352x in the bear market before the bull market kicked off. That would have been probably another point that I would have stressed a little bit more. The fact that his customers that have IRAs could earn 50%, I mean 40% APY on their crypto. Within the timelines of what an IRA and what a retirement program would really maximize with something like the Hex, because if you don't need it for 15 years because you got 15 years before you retire, or even 30 years before you retire, you can do two 15-year stakes. That seems to me like where I probably would have pointed that conversation a little bit more, but he is very agnostic to it, so he doesn't make recommendations. So it's not like he's going to go market it to his customers, but the equating shares, trading your Hex for shares, and shares being the same as a Bitcoin miner, probably would have been another option that I would have probably hit on a little bit harder. But you know, you don't want to bore the guests to death either. So you don't want to throw too much at them. There's a lot to Hex. So I think Captain RG did a really good job. And I think having that conversation with Gus and the community that he's networked in with will open a lot of doors for us going forward to be able to talk to more people. So I think that was more important.
I think that they had some time together with the green room, right?
Yeah. Well, he's interested in the product. He wants to do a self-directed. He's got IRAs that he wouldn't mind rolling into crypto assets. So, and I don't know what I haven't talked to him extensively what his plans are with that, but I'm like, we've talked about it before, especially kind of a little bit of a show prep before he came on. Like, these are questions we'd like answered. So if you guys have any questions, Perpetual Assets, Gus Demos at Perpetual Assets, he can help you out with the mechanics. If you're a US resident, he can help you out with the mechanics of how something like this would work and how Hex could fit inside of it. And your trustless interest plus your USD appreciation could be a tax benefit to you here in the future. A lot of you guys have retirement accounts. I don't have a huge retirement account. Being a millennial, a lot of us didn't do the 401k and the IRA like the Gen X before us did. We just didn't see the value. And I saw 2008 when we were just entering the workforce. And I shouldn't say that because I was, in my mid 20s, late 20s, 2008. But at the same time, we saw our parents get wrecked. The boomers got wrecked because of the financial fiscal policies that created those bubbles, the housing bubble and everything else within stocks. Stocks don't like the volatility. The profitability of companies really weren't hurt unless you were related to real estate, but they just don't like the volatility of any market. And once real estate got hit hard, the rest of the market got hit hard too, and it kind of followed suit. So people in my generation are like, no, there's got to be a better way. And I think that's why the millennials and definitely the Gen Z are really attaching to crypto like this is the wave of the future for retirement. If I want to take care of myself, if I want sovereignty over my own money, then I can't trust the Fed to do what's right for me. I need to take it into my own hands. And so this is just one of those options that works within the legal framework of our IRS and our tax system that will allow you to get around some of these taxable events that are caused by messing around with crypto.
Yeah, I like the interview. It was really good, man. I appreciate the bridge building that DS does in general. Like it's something different. We get someone new every single time. And I saw in the chat of the interview that some people didn't really like the guy because he was a middleman or whatever. These are the guys that you really have to talk to, and even if they don't get it right now, they at least heard of it right now. And if we like in the next time, he will look at this and he will understand eventually that this is one of the most perfect products for his clients. And even though he did say he doesn't care about any coin and he just does what his clients are doing, at some point he will realize that this is one of the best ways of doing this. And I would even say, like, if I would be in US right now, I would get probably a self-directed IRA and put everything in Hex. This is exactly what it's for, right?
Yep.
And like if you can cash out tax benefits, I mean, that's perfect.
I think Markable has a great point. And furthermore, there is a YouTuber that goes by the same name, and he actually instructs people on how to bring their streams up a notch and like really crisp and clear with great audio and video. And I think you should really tune into it.
Coming in there. Yeah, you should catch up with that guy with the same name as you on YouTube about video quality and audio quality. Yeah, I think that'd be
dude. Is the audio
for you guys to connect?
Is the audio that bad?
It was chopping up a little bit. Yeah,
coming in all Dutch.
Oh man. But at this point, I'll just shut up now.
So, Wales, yeah, you told me what your age was on Discourse Syndicate when you were with RG, and yes, we are on the same timeline because I am the exact same age as you. I don't know what date of 1982 you were born on, but yep, definitely 38 years old. So I'm not afraid to throw that out there. If it doxes me, that's fine. I'm getting old. Some millennials are starting to become boomers. So with some of the new tech.
Millennials starting to become boomers. What does that make Gen Xers?
That makes you the silent generation now, bro.
Oh,
the greatest generation.
Just old.
Just old.
That's okay, man. It happens. It happens. Oh, I thought you said you were 38, Wales. Maybe I misunderstood. Well, then I'm your older brother, Wales. I'm your older brother from another mother.
So when are we going to talk about the hot topic?
Oh no!
All right.
Not back to the same way.
So I need to throw this out there to Maddie. I had said this before. I prefaced before we started talking about encapsulated stakes last episode. Before we started talking about it, I said, I hadn't read the code. I'm not sure how HexBay has these encapsulated stakes set up. But then I went forward with my version of how I think it would be better for the game theory and how it would be better for Hex. Because these encapsulated stakes are coming. So I concede that Maddie knew much more about what HexBay planned on doing than I did. He did a lot more reading, a lot more in-depth analysis of it. I just didn't think that. Well, RG's yelling at me now, saying no, he doesn't want me to talk about this. But I think the HexBay guys. That's what happens when you have developers trying to do game theory. I think you guys are screwing up. Just my opinion. I think there's a better way to do it, and I think you need to take some advice from some of the people that are in the finance world that are within our community before you move forward. But there's a lot of people yelling at each other right now in Hex over whether this is good, whether this is bad.
It only really matters if people use it as well. So like the same with all of them. like unless it gets mass adoption, which is unlikely, like it won't matter. Like this is the thing, we're talking about something like if the majority of people don't want to use it, they won't use it, they won't promote it, then it won't matter. It literally won't matter.
Yeah.
I'd like to see endorsement, or at least give Richard a solid week, like he said he would need, to consider whether or not it had a serious impact, positive or negative.
Yeah, I think the master game theorist himself would be the way to do it. But I see the way the traditional finance markets do hold these assets and never sell the underlying asset and just sell shares in it. And I think that's what these guys should be focusing on. If they want to be the first mover advantage, then they need to do what is working in the actual financial system right now. Something that brings boomers, Gen Xers, and even older millennials like myself to the table to buy these assets that they're not in yet, and not have to worry about holding them. But here's the nice thing is that if you set this code up right, the code will do all the work for the hedge funds, and you guys will end up paying middlemen, and then us who are smarter and willing to, or not smarter, but us who are willing to look into it, those of us who are willing to look into how this could work better, will take advantage of these systems, these emergent technologies, and cut the middleman right out. I think there's a better way to do it. I don't want to spend any more time on it because we'll see what happens. I know there's a lot of discussion, a lot of fighting within the Hex community right now about whether this is a good thing or not. I'm going to wait to hear on the almighty powerful word of Richard Hart and what his total thoughts on this are and what input he's giving to the team. So I'm gonna concede to him at this point in time, and I'm gonna state that a lot of this infighting, there's a lot of stupid infighting right now within our Hex community. Let's be honest. You spend 2 minutes in Telegram, you're like, okay, I've had enough of this. It's time to go on and actually build something. We can all fight about this stupid crap, or we can actually just go build something and just go onboard a new no coiner. But a lot of this infighting and a lot of the weeds will be plucked when the price goes up. So that's really what it is Hex is boring, just going sideways right now, and we just need some kind of drama, I guess, to sustain everybody. So
100% true.
Yeah. So
one thing I want to say is that at least there is some infighting, because if you remember back in the days, those who remember, when Richard was asking maybe like, what should be the inflation rate? And Cricket, like,
yeah,
it was only him. At least there are some ideas right now.
Yes.
At least
Yeah.
there is something going on.
I like that the Hex Bay team, I'll give them this. They're listening. I think there are fighting points that don't matter sometimes in some of the arguments that they're making, but at least I think at least some of them on the team, or at least one that I've talked to, Graf Panini, I think he's open to new ideas, and I like that because I haven't gone to audit yet. So I think that is good, and that he's at least taking some input there. So I've thrown some of my input in the dev chat, just trying to say, hey, here's what works in the real world. Here's how I'd like to see it. I think what you're doing is, even if it does help, doesn't maximize what it could do for the rest of the community. So anyway, we'll Balliet Brand agrees with me. I'll put anyone who agrees with me on the screen. There's a lot of infighting, and once the price goes up, a lot of this will just be, who cares, right? So there's just a lot of people right now just waiting for that price appreciation. So I don't want to spend any more time on that. Otherwise, the captain's going, oh God, I thought we were done talking about this. So
yeah. Well, I've got a second favorite topic. I'm going to send you something on Telegram, KNTX. Maybe you can bring it up when you get it in. Well, let me see if it works.
And what the rest of us, Papa Boner, like we want to know too.
Oh yeah, you'll get to see if he can put it on the screen. Barely Crafty and myself, we're opening up an NFT site. We're announcing our first NFT, which is in perfect low resolution, as you can see. You two can own this for some ungodly amount of coin, or you can take a screenshot of it for free right now. It's a one of a kind, one of one.
Don't buy the
featuring
NFT, guys. Just
don't buy the NFT.
Just copy this right here.
Just copy it right on there. But there is a watermark that will actually release in the beard, you can read some of the verses of Franz Kafka's finest works. So you'll know if you have a real one or not.
Yeah.
What about the Lucky Charms? Can I get that?
Beg your pardon?
Can I get the Lucky Charms?
The Lucky Charms one. Well, that's Markables, right? He can add that to our site. The site will probably be called something like.
Now. He's so quiet.
Also, guys, Monkey is not included with the NFT.
Monkey not included. Monkey not included.
But the big Dutch banger is. Yes.
Fine. I want royalties off of this when you guys start selling that NFT, though.
KNTX didn't even give me. KNTX didn't even give me props for that.
What's that, Markable?
You didn't even give me props for that on Twitter.
Oh, that's totally Markable right there, guys. That's straight out of the Markable chat. He went ahead and sent this to me. At least he was kind enough to ask me if I didn't mind him flooding the wearables market with it, and I said no, that's fine. Go ahead, throw it out there.
Hey, Markable, we gotta start this site. You, me, and Crafty will put it together. It'll be called.
I'm in.
And yeah, right, yeah. And NFTs, but spelled T's with an EASE.
Cute. And all the hacks that you pay for the NFTs will go into 5555 stakes, so they will not come back for 15 years.
There you guys go.
Yeah, there you go. So we got a three-way.
Even better.
In the literal sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going there with that. I'm not touching that. I'm definitely not touching that, Papa B.
No, you don't touch it. You work it and stroke it, man.
Work it, man. Work it.
Oh, man. Please, kids and grandkids, do not ever watch what your dad and your grandfather did on the stream. So, I got to throw this out. I'm not really sure. I was going to get in the Discord today and see what the hell is going on with their platform. So currently the site is experiencing technical difficulties. We've already alerted the devs and they're working on a fix. We do apologize for the inconvenience, however. We ask that remain patient until there's a fix. So
drug pull, exit scam.
They can pay for my silence with 10,000 Theta coins. So
hells yeah. Leverage short.
Yeah, and 10,000 T-fuel so I can stake those suckers on this edge node so I can give them an honest review, because I'm kind of liking their little edge node thing. It's kind of cool. It's nice to just turn on when you're not using your computer. Someone might as well get some T-fuel for using my bandwidth. So since I'm not using,
it's like 1 T-fuel every 2.5 days or something. I worked it out over here. That's not exciting, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not exciting. But the fact that it went 17, the fact that it went 17x in 2.5 months, if you would have started mining it early enough, it doesn't take hardly any processing power from your computer. But not if you got a decent computer and you got a good upload speed. So right. I
think I'm more interested in the stake T-fuel through the app, and then you earn more T-fuel that way. Yeah. So it's much higher rate.
Yes, but it's nothing like the Hex product where we are 100% uptime, boys. None of this, sorry, we're down for maintenance. Isn't that exactly right? We haven't had any of those issues with Hex, and we're still getting, you're still getting 20% if you're under that, well, depending on just how below the average stake time you are, but anything above the average stake time is 38, almost 40% APY. So no amount of T-fuel that you stake is gonna touch what you're gonna make with Hex. So
the only reason to stake anything else in any gimmick is to get more cabbage for Hex. That's it. It's the only motivation I've got. And I'll shoot anyone that has a problem with that.
I'm a big proponent for those that are making gains in other coins right now. If you can time that top or anywhere near it, realize that, we might be, anything over a 4 or 5x, guys, I think maybe it'd be time to diversify that into something, maybe something that's spring loading and ready to get and just go up like a rocket with the most amazing bull flag I've ever seen in the TA world ever, even though I'm not a a chartist of any. I'm not. I don't chart. I didn't charted. I done charted myself. But the thing is that when this bull run's over and this bear run comes, if you're gaining trustless interest and you're the only thing out there that's still paying people holding their crypto, it might be a nice time to take some profits and put it into something like Hex, which there is nothing like Hex. So yeah, RG3 is laughing at me. Time the top. Exactly right, guys. So if you've taken a 4 or 5x on your coins, then let's just, why would you still be sitting on that? Especially some of these coins, as expensive as they are. Like, do you think they're going to hit 50,000 like Bitcoin? Or at least this market cycle, you think that's a possibility? So why would you continue to hold on to those? That's just my own personal, it's not financial advice. I'm just looking at some of these things like, man, it's up higher than it's ever been. Maybe it's time to take some profits and put it into something that's moving sideways.
But they promise so many amazing things. I have to hang on because they're going to come out with them sometime soon.
They might launch.
Yeah.
Things that we already have in Hex. Awesome.
I agree with Brian here. Hex is really going to shine in the bear market like we did at the end of the last one in 2020. Yeah, I mean, give us credit for it or not, Hexicans were at the forefront of huge gains right at, and I'm almost willing to say that we're part of the reason why the bull market kicked off. Obviously, we're not getting the eyeballs that big institutional players who are really the winners in this, guys. If you're playing with old Bitcoin, those are really the winners here, guys. The guys with more money than you that can buy a hell of a lot more than you. So those are the real winners of this market cycle. So, but if you were in Hex, you got uni airdrops, you got 1-inch airdrops, you got tornado.cash airdrops, you got all kinds of airdrops that could have made you very wealthy just for interacting with Hex on these other platforms.
Yeah.
You're about
still
to
meat
get
on the bone.
MetaMask airdrop.
What?
I'm not chasing airdrops. I don't know if I've said this on any of the previous episodes, but I'm not chasing airdrops. If I happen to use it, I mean, I know guys that have spent tens of thousands of dollars in this community chasing those airdrops, and they're going to be, all the luck to them. I hope that they're right, and I hope they get dropped huge money in the future. But I just can't play that game. I don't have the time for it. I really would rather lock that money up trustlessly to earn interest elsewhere, like maybe this wonderful product called Hex. There's a lot of different things. Maddie says, I'm chasing airdrops, and that's great. Keep us informed on what airdrops there are. Maybe we can inform all the Hexicans of stuff that they might be entitled to that they didn't know about. So that's cool. I like that, but I just don't have the time for it. I've got other things going on in my life, and a great portion of my time right now is devoted to Hex and the Discourse Syndicate. We're not making money here doing this, guys. And anything that we do make is going back to the community in the way of marketing and outreach to other people. So we got a little strict with some of the cutthroats, saying, hey guys, we need to help each other grow here instead of trying to compete with each other, because if we can get a cohesive marketing message, then we can really move forward as a community as a whole. And one of the things we needed to do on this channel was to monetize so that we had some marketing money to play with. If anyone thinks we're making money doing it with Discourse, even with our merch is a joke after our expenses, what we're going to actually make. We just want the message out there, and we want to be able to point it back towards other products and other projects that are circulated and encapsulated with Hex. So we really want it just to be all pointed back towards Hex, and we really do want to give more visibility to all the other Hex streamers, because let's be honest, you guys out there that are streaming and creating content, you guys are going to reach guys that Discourse Syndicate and the crypto junkies are never going to reach. And vice versa, there's going to be people that come to us that want nothing to do with some of these other streams, and that's fine as long as the message is being promoted out there. So all of you guys who think that this is a money grab with Discourse Syndicate, you are real wrong on that part. So I make a lot of money in the real world, and I don't need Discourse Syndicate to be profitable. I would love for this to be my full-time job, and the only time that that's going to happen is with enough USD appreciation with Hex, making my interest coming out of my stakes scrapable and worthwhile to live off of. So I think we've got a little while before that. So in the meantime, you're welcome. We will continue providing you all kinds of comedic value as well as updates on what's going on in the space, and we'll continue moving forward and trying to build this thing with you guys. So let us know if you guys want to be on board. I actually would love to throw out a call to arms to all of you Hexicans. If you guys have a skill or a trade or some way that you can contribute to Hex as a whole, especially if it has to do since I'm on my stream asking you if there's anything you guys can provide as far as value and outreach with our community, we would love to take any of that content and replicate it for you, put it out there. If there's any help with any making the quality of the streams better, helping us with guests, things of that nature. If there's something you think you can provide to this community, bring it to us. We'll be happy to give you full credit for it. And we'll continue to point it back towards Hex. So we'd love for you guys. The Hexican community is great at building, and so now we're finally asking if you guys wouldn't mind helping us be a part of that.
And if you want to be really lazy, just put in the comments on YouTube or whatever some timestamps, like in the normal comments, not the live comments. That really helps as well. So that's the minimum you can do. And then me and Hex Clips actually go through all those comments, and then that saves hours of time. So that would be cool as well.
Absolutely. And if you guys can do those, Markable's talked with us this weekend about if we can get timestamps. And fortunately, Vince is on board now. He's going to start timestamping videos for us. The guy is amazing at it. We appreciate all of his efforts. And then any of those clippable moments under 60 seconds, we're going to try to get them to Markable because they hit real hard with the YouTube algorithm right now. And hopefully we can get in front of other audiences that we wouldn't normally be able to get in front of. So Markable has stepped up. He's great with production value. I mean, I say that with tongue in cheek right now.
Oh, thanks, man.
He's young, energetic.
Yeah, I say that with tongue in cheek because he's got no camera on and his internet's not great right now. But when he produces media like memes that make fun of his favorite streamer, that's cool. He does a great job with them.
I feel like a promise coin now, man.
Now you have to deliver. So.
Children of the Grave just timestamped the timestamp.
Yeah, he just timestamped the timestamp.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
38 minutes and 24 seconds. So if you wouldn't mind just taking note of that right now, Markable, and then let's do a Hex Shorts clip on that and we'll upload it.
Speaking about timestamps.
Yeah, sure. What was it? 38
minutes and 24 seconds. Yep. When you talked about timestamps. So you'll be clipping yourself. He's off. And he's gone. He's on to it. He's got it. So
he's doing it now.
Maybe he's back. Maybe.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
Hi. I just tried to take a note, but then my phone just kicked me out.
Yes, Chris. There's tricks to this messing with the algorithm, but YouTube, that's their version of TikTok trying to compete with TikTok. So they're highly recommending right now videos that are less than a minute, and so it's got to be 60 seconds or less. So if you guys can think of moments that you would love to see, just a 60-second clip, an elevator pitch, something of that nature that you've caught. I wish I could remember. I don't even remember. It was like I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Old School with
yeah.
What is his name? The comedian.
George Burns?
No, definitely not. Definitely
That's really
not
old
George
school.
Burns. Yeah, that is really old school. God, why can't I think of his freaking name? He's like my favorite comedic actor of all time.
You
anyway,
mean the Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, thank you. Sorry, I don't know how I drew a blank on that, but when he goes into he's debating against the Raging Cajun, and he just goes into like this trance, and he just spits out this macroeconomics, and the Raging Cajun's like, I have no rebuttal to that. And then he comes out of it and goes, what just happened? What happened? Like, that's kind of what happened to me a couple episodes ago when I gave my elevator pitch to what Hex is. And so if anyone can find that, I think that was 3-4 episodes ago or something. I'd love to make that a markable clip there. So
that was
can you see the moment where you
just a dream.
It was only a dream, he says.
What's
translate
that?
barely crafty to English.
I'm sorry, my audio is also terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I know a YouTuber that can help you with that, man.
Oh, Children of the Grave says that was a joke. Time not really the correct time.
It was accurate. It was accurate, actually. Strangely enough, I checked it.
So, a lot of these guys like Whales I've seen, and Crypto Hut, who does these awesome lamps here. Telegram, Crypto Hut with no T, so no T in Crypto Hut. You can order these through him. So he needs to really work on an e-commerce site or something. He needs to get that to the point where it's a lot easier to find him. Sometimes people can't find him. He gave us a bunch of stuff to give away too. We'll be doing some giveaways here in the future. But these two, between him and Whales, have been trying to buy up properties on the EOS blockchain game called Upland and trying to rename them Hex related. So they want to complete the collection for Hex. So they're advertising Hex on an EOS blockchain game. So hey, I wonder how many people are going to see that and do something with it. I guess it's better to have it everywhere than nowhere at all.
This is a real
It's
game,
beautiful
by the way.
trolling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There we go. So
Yep,
it's a monopoly game on the blockchain, so you can be strategic about it and make UPX tokens in many ways. So I'm just not sure about all of them yet, he says. Yeah.
We looked at it at length last night. It was probably, no, that was after our, yeah. So anyway, the point of the game is it's like the real world. It's at 2 major cities already, right? New York and San Francisco. And you zoom in and you buy plots of whatever, and you get the airport and you charge people to do something. And if they come to your place to look at it, again, you charge them something. What is the point of this game other than paying something to?
I don't know.
something?
I looked into it months ago. I looked into it like, so what does this really do? And your character just kind of wanders. And if you wander over someone's property, like they get paid UPX tokens. I'm not really sure how that's really monetizable long-term future, but hey, we'll see if they come out with some. I think they're eventually going to try to vie for something like Sandbox or Decentraland. I think that's kind of where they want to move it into, is into that NFT wearables online place to hang out, VR kind of at some point. I don't know a whole lot about it, honestly. Just for all of you guys out there that want to spread the word about Hex, Johnny Chaotic Creation says his TikTok clips are up for grabs. He doesn't care what you do with them. So,
dude, that is so.
He will regret that. He will regret that. Papa just smile like.
Yeah. Just wait.
You know, KNTX, you're showing your age. You're definitely a millennial. You know, the Gen Alpha would call it talk, not with the tick. I learned this from my 10-year-old daughter, okay? It's not the thing to do.
Yeah, I won't even let my kids get TikTok. So I've had...
My kids have ticks.
Yeah, well, we live out in the woods here, so my kids have all kinds of ticks. That's not an issue. It's that talk part I'm worried about. It's that talk.
Don't like that. Talking.
That's right. Don't be talking at me. So I don't know. I've got a bad taste in my mouth. I've seen kids watching TikTok, and then all of a sudden a video comes on and some inappropriate stuff for a 10-year-old sees, and I'm like, no, sorry, my kids won't be seeing that. Sorry. You know, I'd like to shelter their innocence as long as possible. There's plenty of time for them to become salty in their adulthood. So.
2 more years.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 more
years. I am not against tech for my kids. Oh, of course it moved right as I went to click on it. But I am not against tech for my kids. I I think my kids all have phones and tablets and everything else. And I think that if you don't let your kids at this age play with that technology, they're going to be so far behind the curve. You're training them for manual labor in the future. I really do. I think they need to be up on the technology and at least how to interface and use it, and what benefits can come from it. So I'm not against technology for the kids. So
yeah, I had a bit of a row with my ex-wife. I insisted that my son at the age of 11 should be able to build his own PC. That's such a definite. You have to be able to identify and understand how to put things together, source them online, the whole 9 yards. It's such a decent, normal skill for people that can understand what makes all this stuff go, right?
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, I just want to throw this out there. So I guess people are making money. I just don't understand it because I was at the game's inception. I tried messing with it a little bit over in the San Francisco Silicon Valley area. I got one property over there. Didn't make me shit, and it was taking forever to make any extra money. I was not going to put money into the game to earn more. So I'm glad that he's made 10x on some of his properties. That's fantastic. It's just I have not made Jack, and I left a salty taste in my mouth, and we all know about salty taste. So I continued on. I continued on. So that's great. Yeah. Continue marketing over there, guys. Hopefully you guys make huge bags while you're at it, and you can dump them for hex later. That'd be awesome.
I think I discovered the game theory though to this game. You got to corner the market on the carding and the waste product, the waste carding. So then you can then get a meat packing shop, and you can muscle all the people and shake every other property down for the payments for protection money, and then you can kidnap people, and then you can steal their property, and then you can take over the damn business.
Yeah. I don't think that's I don't think you can do that in this game. Not yet, anyway.
What kind of game is this?
I think if it's, to replicate the real Monopoly, early in the game, the utilities and the railroads are awesome to have. And later on in the game, it's best to have all the hotels on the big expensive properties. So hopefully they're snatching up all the big expensive properties right now.
Monopoly, it's best to keep a $500 bill tucked into your sleeve when your daughter's winning.
Okay.
You take that out at the end and you say, I can make that payment. Thank you very much.
So Wendy O's offer of 10 minutes does stand. I didn't go to it with Richard. I don't think RG did either. I think it's just an insult kind of to Richard that he gets a whole 10 minutes when it would take longer than 10 minutes to really explain it wisely. And
I'll keep them to 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes, and then they're off.
She would control the narrative, and I'm not saying anything negative or bad about Wendy. I think it's great. Thank you, Wendy, for coming on Friday. Yes, that was awesome. She's great. I just don't think it would be a good fit for Richard. So if any of you other guys can give a concise and not an overhyped explanation of what hex is, then I would recommend you guys reach out to her. I don't think she was negative in the DS stream personally. I was watching. That's what I do here is I monitor the comments when Captain's at the helm. And I don't think she was negative at all in the comments. I really don't. I think the negativity came from the Hexicans about Richard Hart only getting 10 minutes. So
I'll send her a clip of 10 minutes. Yeah, that should be fine.
We could actually have Markable just splice together a 10-minute clip of all the best parts and just mail it in.
There you go. Just have her play it for her 10 minutes.
Or send her Coffee's elevator pitch.
Yeah, right. Send her Coffee. He could do that for 10 minutes.
I don't think handsome guy.
Yeah. He'd be just like, how you doing?
Crypto Coffee would be a great ambassador for Wendy O's 10 minutes. I agree with that.
Yes, I think so.
He's very good at being very concise to the point and keeping it at a level that even people who aren't technical in crypto and especially no coiners just seem to get it when he explains it. So, oh my gosh, there's some of these. I'm not even going to put some of these up. So,
oh boy, they're getting kind of racy there.
Yeah. If anyone, him at Discourse Syndicate, Coffee's the man. I agree. I think he's very concise about his pitch. His pitch is very good. He did on the Wild West Crypto show. he had 8 minutes to do it, and I think he did it. I think he nailed it. The Wild Res Crypto King has since reached back out to us. He's the one that set us up with those guys, and has since reached out to us and let us know that the Wild Res Crypto Show, those guys are Hexicans now, so it's worthwhile. Hey, there he is. He's the Crypto Coffee moniker seems to have disappeared from this guy's name, but put me in the game, coach. You're in, brother. You're in like Flynn. So
who's Matt?
That's Crypto Coffee.
I don't believe that.
No, I do not believe that. I know he doesn't even have an avatar. It's not even his face or anything.
Proof of coffee, please.
Proof of coffee. POC. So, and Coffee has nice hair. Yes, he does.
He does.
But he couldn't tell you what product he uses.
I think he uses Hex. Everyone should buy it.
He uses some Hex hair product.
He uses the tears of Maxis.
The tears of Maxis. I like it. I like it. All right.
Well, who knows what Peter McCormack is doing right now?
Sitting in Coffee's
Sit in the bank, trying to get a loan.
That is awesome.
I think he's chained up in the basement of Coffee, and where Coffee collects his tears.
Yeah.
The GIMP mask on.
All right. If all of you guys on YouTube, you can see that sticker. Tired is what his sticker says. Tired. Doesn't come through, unfortunately, on StreamYard, but it looks like a coffee cup that says tired on the side. So
Coffee tired.
It's about time to go feed Peter.
Not me.
Well,
yep, I believe it's coffee.
I'm excited about the interview with RG tomorrow and Adam Kokesh. I think they're going to find a lot of common ground between our community and his. Help us reach out to other communities. I love the one from last night. I think that's a good one. It's an in the door with a lot of other communities that he's affiliated with, because he does. So one thing that RG didn't really touch on, he barely mentioned it, was that Gus does a show once a week with CJ on Rogue Media on their channel, and they're all about freedom and liberty and monetary sovereignty. So I would go check out Rogue Media with CJ, and Rogue News is the name of their program, but their Rogue News channel, they haven't produced any content on it for months. They started a new one called Rogue Media. So Rogue Media, if you want to see more of what Gus is about, as well as CJ. And since we've had both of them on there, I'd really love for you guys to show up. If you ever just see it come across the tube, just throw a "What up, guys? Hexican in the house. Thanks, guys, for coming on Discourse Syndicate." Just let them know. So,
by the way, did you guys see the new T-share rate? It's like
no,
it's 17,000. 17,000
really?
And
3 hex.
Yes.
We crossed over. We crossed over that 17,000 barrier.
We did it, guys.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. So I'm excited to see, it before the end of the year, what it comes out to.
What end of the year? Like 7 more days, and the T-share rate would be high AF. Liquidity will return. So prices will go up.
Yes.
all
so
the FUD will disappear.
I want to dispel some of the myth out there, guys. A lot of people are like, "Oh, when these big stakes end, the share rate is going to skyrocket." No, it's when a bunch of stakes come out, regardless of their size, then the T-share rate skyrockets. So it's one big one won't affect it as much as you guys think it's going to. It's anytime ROI has been realized in the system, it goes up. That's why we saw the jump after Big Payday, was because there were so many stakes that came out, not because the amount of hex that was staked at the time. It was the sheer number of stakes expiring. Make the T-share price and hex go back down. Can't, Maddie. It's immutable, buddy. It is there. It is there. It is only going up and to the right. So
I'll try.
I mean, you can make it go down in dollars. if
I'm the
everyone
promise
sells.
coin here.
That's true.
Just if everyone gives me some money, I'll try to get the t-shirt price down.
There you go.
Are you
It's not a
launching an
promise because
ICO?
I'm not a security, but you know, you can bet on it.
Hey, how about that scuttlebutt about Puerto Rico being, being the 51st state? We hear about that every like 5 or 6 years, so it's not something new. It's not going to happen.
Why would Puerto Rico get rid of their tax advantages, their free helicopter money from the Federal Reserve, and not have to pay any of the pay for any of the infrastructure in the rest of America? There's no reason. There's no incentive for them to do so. They get all the benefits with none of the additional costs that we do from everywhere else. So I'm going to trust this guy, Das Boom. I'm going to trust that you're not going to do anything inappropriate on the show and get us kicked off. So, how you doing,
hello,
sir?
Das Baum.
Hello.
Hi, thanks. Das Baum.
It's just a tree.
It's a German. It's a wrong genus on purpose to make the name unique.
All
Hello,
right.
welcome.
Well, thank you, sir, for coming on.
Yeah, first time, by the way. I've been in the community for some time, but never on stream, so I'm just lurking around. So I just realized, just now I opened Twitter. Sorry for breaking in. Do you want to finish the topic, actually, maybe?
No,
Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay, so about Wendy O, I just opened my Twitter and I was prompted with, "You have been blocked by Wendy O." I don't know how I managed that, because the only interaction that I had with her is that I told her that she used the wrong chart. I understand that people are used to having their specific charts open or use TradingView, but this one doesn't have the full history. And based on the charting that she did in the stream for Hex, she would have drawn wrong conclusions because she didn't have the full time history. I only told her that, and I also gave her some tips on how to favorite tools in TradingView, because she was looking for tools and couldn't find them on her stream. So these were the only 2 interactions I had with her.
Gotcha. That's good to know. What is your Twitter handle?
BPK Das Baum.
Write
So
that
I'm
in the
trying to
comments for
find
me.
the interaction, but
Is the DOS supposed to
on
be
the
a
right
D
side, right?
or a dare?
Dare.
Dare bomb.
Der Baum.
yeah. I
I
can't
wouldn't
even
know.
find my reply or tweet, because I assume because I've been blocked, and I can't find the original tweet where she asked for votes on the video for Hex to be talked about. And the reason why I said that she was negative about it was in the original FN Hangout, or the Discourse interview, the Syndicate Discourse interview, was because of the body language and the topics she had. And there was no advertisement on her Twitter for the stream, so it seemed like she was keeping it.
She was hedging her bets. I guarantee
hidden.
it.
So
She's afraid, like any
this
of
is
these
why I
other
s-
influencers, to admit that they have anything to do with Hex until proven wrong, and it's just a matter of time on that. So
Yeah, but Wales Only has a good point. You never give a pro any tips, he says, and that's absolutely true. Let me just give you some notes about your stream and the thing that you think you're the master of. Let me just a little bit. Here you go. That's why you got nailed, I think.
I don't know. Okay, maybe.
I mean, even though you were right,
I was
is
just
what I'm
trying to
saying.
genuinely help her, because
Yeah, I understand, and you were right. But yeah.
so she only had the version 2 chart. She didn't have the version 1 then, huh?
She pulled the good old.
she didn't. No, she used the TradingView chart.
Oh, she used the
one that
trading
has
view.
the last 6 months or so.
What up?
Hey, buddy, it's good to see you. So yeah, that one doesn't have all the. You're right. That doesn't have all the great information. So
she put the good old McCormack on the charts.
To be fair, if you're not in the community and you haven't been paying attention, you might not know. You know, you're just pulling up whatever chart you see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. It was actually the only part that I watched.
And I pushed the chart the very moment that the stream come on, so she could prepare in advance for it. Because Hex wasn't even the first coin to review, and when she did review it, I pointed it out a few times, and a few others pointed it out as well. She read comments before and after my comment, but not my comment. So I assume that it must have been on purpose that she ignored the chart.
Oh yeah.
And this is why I'm saying she was negative on it.
Yeah.
He's still the underdog. That's an opportunity for us.
Did you say undercock?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
We are the undercock.
There you go. Hey, what's up, Motley? Good to see you, buddy. Glad you could make it. Big K in the house. RG3 is recognizing that we've got an OG Hexagon in here. Always glad to have you.
Yeah,
so, yeah, man, I appreciate you coming in. I know you and Gary have been building, and you guys are busy.
Yes, we've been busy doing some fun stuff, which I have a meeting with him tomorrow as well about it. Some referral programming stuff, some fun Hexagon stuff as well, leveraging some cool technology. Gary's talked about it and showed it on the stream a little bit, the like NFC stuff that we've been working with, but I think we'll have like a rollout with like a site, everything else soon. So yeah, excited about that. But I heard y'all talking a little bit about Puerto Rico, hoping that shit doesn't go through too. You know,
it's not going to, bro. There's too many benefits to them not being part, or just being a what do they call themselves over there? They're part of the United States. It's a Commonwealth community. So they get all the benefits without any of the costs. So
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, exactly right. If we could just do that in Colorado, I'd vote for it right now. So
yeah, you get a little bit less rights, you know, federally or whatever. But I mean, because of that kind of that you feel to some degree, you feel like you get like there's also, you know, quite a bit of favorability towards y'all because they understand that you're not going to get rights federally.
Yeah, well, states' rights are a thing of the past anyway, so who cares? It's overrated. States' rights are overrated. So I want them to keep. And here's the thing. You guys want to know why it's not going to become a 51st state? Because there's way too much money being sheltered through Puerto Rico and incomes being sheltered through Puerto Rico by the people who make the laws. So there's no incentive for them to cut off their face despite their nose. So
makes sense.
I was gonna say it's because it's I don't know where they're gonna put the star on the flag. That's
right
with the other stars, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have like an addendum, like a little strip banner hanging off the bottom with all the extra stars for the extra states they want to put in here. I don't know, but let's talk about building the Hex headquarters in Puerto Rico or Florida. Dude, I keep trying to have this discussion with you, Franklin. I keep trying to get you on a morning stream with me or something, but you got this day job or some bullshit excuse you keep giving me that keeps you from actually helping me build this out, because I would love to see a version of Hex Streams on not just Telegram, but also on the YouTube chats, and be able to get input from everyone else that's not in there. I'm
actually going to be doing some kind of version of that here. Since we've just crossed over the 17,000 hex per T-share rate, I'm going to start doing a stream probably like once a month where it's just going to be what I did with my hex interest. And I have a wallet with like a couple million hex, and it'll be enough to be able to buy it right now 120 T-shares. And that 120 T-shares, it's going to be this is not optimal. This is suboptimal game theory, y'all. This is very suboptimal game theory. But for the sake of it, for the fun of it, for the people out there, for the Hex dreamers out there, we're gonna do we'll stake and then unstake those coins monthly, and there should be right now, with gas fees and all the rest, 120 T-shares should net you about $150 or so. Right now maybe $100. After all the transactional fees and all the bullshit. And we'll just do like what we can do with that this month. Maybe we'll get some chicharrones on the roadside. Maybe we'll go have a little zip line excursion, whatever we can do. And I'm only gonna do it from 120 T-shares down to 100. Because as we do it every month, you're gonna get less and less T-shares for your stake.
So you will be selling monthly. Nice.
Selling just the interest money. That is right. Yep. I'll be showing people that people do sell the interest, and you can do it monthly and actually make enough for, like I said, right now it'll be peanuts. It'll be enough for the fun of it. But who knows how, as Hex goes, what sort of exciting things we could do with just 100 T-shares. And it's like I said, it's going to have kind of a lifespan on it, because once we get from 120 T-shares down to 100, I'm going to stake that long term. I'm not this is a 20 T-share game that I'm willing to give up. So we'll see how long
all right
worthwhile 20 T-shares will get us. If everybody gets what they believe and the T-share rate just skyrockets up, and then within 6 months the show's over and we don't do shit with it, fine, whatever, I don't care. But I have a feeling that it's going to take probably about a year for us to go from 17 to 20,000, if I'm right. Maybe just a little bit over a year. And when we do that, we'll see what we can get out of it. Because obviously we all talk about diamond hands all the time, but Franklin has great ideas with this Hex Streams chat. We all do have dreams. We all want to do stuff with this money, and but I'm not condoning or going for promoting selling your principles. I think that really selling interest makes sense.
I agree.
That's what we're all here for. But I'm not going to be selling any of the principle in this case or any other. And it's just to show people that that is possible to do. Even though, like I said, I will be enriching the Ethereum network monthly with gas fees and all the rest. I fully aware of all of that. But whatever. Yeah. That's part of the fun of it all. If it doesn't work and it's not going to work, then we can see it all. Oh, this sucks. I only got $5 and I'm going to McDonald's for a Big Mac. You know
what? I think we gotta up your game, man. I think you ought to do the following. Take your same exact principle. Go and get your interest out, your $150. Then I want to see you go out in the woods, and I want to see you live off of that until the next month comes around. And your lifestyle slowly improves over time.
Start in a cabin in the woods, and next thing you know, you're in a beach house on a beachfront property there in Puerto Rico.
I would do that. If one, I'd have to use a larger portion of my Hex bag to play that game. Two, I wouldn't want to have my wife or my kids. They'd be dead.
Right. That's funny.
They would not be cool with that.
That is awesome. Well, hey, Molly, thanks for joining us.
What's up, Molly? How you doing, brother?
See there? Just his avatar's there. maybe Molly isn't there. Maybe he's at work and he's trying to hide it from the boss. Like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. Yeah. Well, when you come on, Molly, go ahead and feel free to say something, man. Once the boss can't hear you. So... Well, I appreciate you guys all joining me today. These streams are always fun, lighthearted. We don't take ourselves too serious. Just trying to get Hex out there in the ears and the eyes, in front of the eyes of the people that aren't aware of it yet, and kind of rub it in the face of those who have been naysayers shouting us down the whole time. Because who wins over time? The legitimate products like Hex. I like the point that Gus Demo said last night. He said people that know him and have known him for a long time still call Bitcoin a scam, still call it a scam. So we're just going to have to deal with the fact that we're going to hear that forever, even within the tribalistic communities of crypto as a whole. But guys, we keep building, we keep chugging along forward, keep getting paid trustless interest. So glad to be on this journey with you guys.
this bomb has found the tweet. Maybe one thing before.
Okay.
ending.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah, he posted that on the private chat.
Oh, where did I just put?
Again, I didn't want to hold your discussion. I was
No.
just putting it out there so you have it.
No, it's good to know. I messaged her just letting her know you're a good dude. You were really just trying to help. So, what the names? And no, I don't have no clue what's being asked of me. Okay.
From our side, I also spammed the chats for like 2 hours with her stream and everything to get people on to view it. So I advertised it a lot, as much as I could.
you did good.
She just unblocked you, Dare Bomb. So just make sure try not to be rude to her. Just and I let her know he's German.
Okay, thanks,
he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know any better. He's just German. That's just the way.
Wow, I'm actually not German.
That was what they said in
lived there
Nuremberg as
for a
well.
while.
Yes.
Oh well, I'm just giving you a hard time.
No,
but...
no doxing allowed.
He's really Dare Bomb.
Yeah. Anyway, I have to keep working. Was really nice. Next time with a cam, I don't have it set up.
Yeah, I would love to have you on, man. Great.
You might have caught me on one of the blab streams where I had my phone in the cave because everybody was sleeping, and I'm on different time zones. It's really horrible, but at some point I will manage to set the camera up here properly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Was nice talking to you. I have to go.
Yeah, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time.
Just do
Yeah,
the markable
thanks, you too.
thoughts
Bye.
thing. Bye.
Yeah, it was. He was. You could hear him perfectly earlier, but you just couldn't see him very well.
Yeah. Well,
He needs to take
there
his
you go.
own
That's
course.
what
Yeah.
right. Yeah, his internet was obviously not great. So
No. His monkey butler can fix it.
that's right. Get the monkey butler on it. Get that monkey butler on it.
Did you see the little face with the smile? What a great monkey butler.
That
Still
was
brings me
awesome.
such joy to have done that on my disgusting old Note 8 phone, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsored by Samsung.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that she was very kind. Just so everybody knows through Twitter, Wendy was very kind. She just said that she's trying to manage 300 people, and she thought it came across rude, and so she just didn't want to have to tolerate it. And so, I know that there's a language barrier between those of us, like things that I say offend a lot of Asians and Europeaners that don't speak English, and I don't mean that. I don't mean to. I really am trying to be a nice guy out there. So yeah, I know. Henry, I say stuff, and Henry's like,
at us,
"Don't
like...
say that! Don't say that! You're gonna get punched in the nose." So,
and the green room stuff.
Boy.
well, we're thinking about recording the green room stuff and doing some special clips for that. So
Please don't. That's when I unbuckle my belt and my belly sags out and I let out all the gas that I've been holding in all the stream.
yeah.
I don't want anybody to watch my no.
Well,
Don't do that.
it's what flops out that I'm worried about. So, but the nice thing about the nice thing about the green room is that we can just go ahead and edit that out because it's not live. So we've got ways around that, Papa B.
Okay.
So.
All right. Best of.
Crypto 303 wants Henry Hex to say aluminium.
Aluminium or aluminum, as you Americans like to call it.
Aluminum. What is the guy's name? He's another Eddie Izzard. He's from the UK. He's a comedian. I don't know if you're familiar with him at all, Henry, but he's hilarious. He goes, and you guys Americans don't know how to speak English. You pronounce it herb. We pronounce it herb because there's a fucking H in it. I love his stand-ups, man. They're great.
You can say whatever you want, but Hex Lion is the best as far as pronunciation goes because he keeps pronouncing bear market as beer market, like
Beer
every single
market.
time. Beer market. Yeah, I love
I can't
every
wait for
single
the
time.
beer
It's
market
a beer market.
and the beer girl and the beer in the
market,
beer
yeah.
cart to come by. Yeah.
Yeah, see you in the Bergarten.
I love it. That is awesome. The Queen's English, as Motley says it in here. That's awesome. Well, I better end it early, guys. So I have a disclaimer. I got to go. We just redid all of our kitchen after the flood. Finally got done about a month and a half ago. But now, thanks to COVID, is their excuse. We're like 4 months late on all of our. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about the political side of it at all. But so that's really where you get struck down on the tubes. But okay, apparently it caused a delay of like 4 months for our new appliances to come in, and they're coming today finally. So, and I just want you guys to know I did not sell any hex to buy those. I let good old Capital One pay for those. Capital One or Citibank paid for those. So just so you guys know. So I'm not taking profits off of hex. Don't string me up. So
not these prices.
Kitchen exit scam, as RG3 calls it. So I better get going because those guys are going to be delivering all my stuff, and I still haven't moved all my old stuff out of the way yet. So I better get going. But I appreciate all of you guys for joining me. We always have a good time here. I'm hoping to see the rest of you guys later. Let your friends, family, and even your grandmas know about this program. It's grandma friendly, and send them this way, and let's see how many more eyes we can get on the product known as Hex. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
Dead.